morning, everyone. It seems like it's already 6 o'clock and it's time for meeting, so let us start the meeting. And first of all, I would like to have a warm welcome to Mr. Lee, the representative of Mr. Peter Freeman. And besides that, there are 3 absentees today with apologies, which are Mr. Ramanathan, Mr. Al-Fateh, and Miss Devi Shanmugan. Alright, so the purpose of today's meeting is to discuss the potential site for Project Alpha. And to begin with our meeting, we shall run through the minute for the first committee meeting of Project Alpha. In 16 November 2017, we held at Al Shams meeting room, started from 9 o'clock in the morning until 12 in the afternoon. Right? So on the meeting, there are 8 people presented, and which are Mr. Shafi, Mr. Fikru Fiman, Mr. Ramanathan, Mr. Al-Fateh, Mr. Benjamin Lee, Mrs. Julie, Miss Devi, and Miss Fatin. Alright, so we quickly run through for the first agenda. The meeting was called to order at 9 o'clock in the morning by Chairman Mr. Fikru Fiman, and he thanked everyone for making the time on such short notice. So for the first agenda, is there any problem?
Okay, sorry for interrupting. Okay, so for me, I think that for the date, time, and venue, actually it should be included in the topic of the meeting of the first committee meeting. It shouldn't be separate from the topic. So I think this is the things that we need to make amendments. And apart from that, there's also one mistake that I found in meeting and opening, which is the name of the chairman should be Mr. Shafiq Imran Azil, not Mr. Fikru Fiman.
Alright, so please take note, Miss 3. So, any more questions? Any more problems in this agenda?
No.
Alright, so let's move on to the second agenda. The chairman briefed the committee on the latest investment to be made by Surya Holdings Sdn Bhd, which was the Project Alpha. And this Project Alpha is aimed at meeting the educational and entertainment needs for the Generation Z and Generation Alpha. And the committee was informed that the approximate cost for the project was 150 million. So for the second agenda, is there any problem to be issued?
I think that there's slightly errors here. Project Alpha is aimed at meeting the educational and entertainment need for Generation Y, Generation Z, and Generation Alpha. And the committee was informed that the approximate cost for the project was about 250 millions and not 150 millions.
Alright, please take note, Miss Secretary. So if there's no any problem in second agenda, so we shall move on to the third agenda. The report on 3 potential sites for the Project Alpha. So firstly, Ms. Fatin reported on 3 potential sites for Project Alpha, which is the first site to be developed the first site is the forest reserve named Bukit Belacan, which has the potential to be developed and turned into Project Alpha. And this Bukit Belacan is located in Ampang and about 15 kilometers from Kuala Lumpur and can be accessible by car. And is currently closed to the public for a total refurbishment. Is there any problem on this agenda?
May I have a word?
Sure.
For the first sentence, there is a slightly spelling error. For the Project Alpha, it's supposed to be project, not project.
Alright. So once again, Ms. Secretary, please take note. Now we'll move to the second one. The second site was an antique old warehouse in Pasir Garden, Johor. And this antique warehouse is about 5,600 meters square and is only 18 kilometers from Singapore, 32 kilometers from Johor Bahru, and 41 kilometers from Skudai, Johor. And the warehouse was used to store heavy farming machinery in the past. So for this one, is any problem with issues?
Sorry for interrupting.
Yes.
The study area, which is an NPO warehouse in Pasir Gudang, not Pasir Gudang.
Alright, I think another typing error, so please take note again, Miss Secretary. Right, now we continue. So the third site was a green hilly land in Bukit Kor in Terengganu. Bukit Kor is a combination of hills and flat green land with adventurous curves and turns. It is located in Marang and about 200 kilometers from Kuala Terengganu. Is there any problem here?
No.
Alright, so all these three sites are underdeveloped yet possess unique attractive features which could attract crowds. So Mrs. Julie Lee suggests that the committee will be given 2 days to visit each site in order to experience the ambience of the place firsthand. Is there any problem? No? Oh, okay. If there's not any problem, so we move on to the next agenda, which is the suggestions of projects. So the committee was informed in the last meeting that Surya Holding is aiming for an educational business venture where the proposed site could be a place where global technology meets the nature in a dynamic symbiosis. So is there any problem?
I think there's a typing error here also. It's supposed to be Surya Holding and not Surya. And our aim is for educational entertainment venture and not educational business venture.
Okay, Miss Secretary, take note of that. Right, okay. Thank you for Mr. Lee for highlighting the problem. So let us move on. Then Mr. Benjamin proposed that the committees be given 2 months to research the 3 sites and their potentials so that viable business educational project could be put forth. And this suggestion was seconded by Mr. Al-Fateh Al-Hakim, but the time frame agreed by all members in the last meeting was reduced to 4 weeks' time. And Mr. Ramadan suggested that each committee member bring a proposal of the project with approximate cost and relevant supporting documents for the next meeting. Is there any problem here?
There's a problem which is it is start from the second line, their potential so that viable business educational project could be put forth. Actually, it should be entertainment educational project could be put forth, not business.
Alright. Thank you for Ms. Fatin to voice out this problem. So, Ms. Secretary, please take note once again. And so, let us move on to the last agenda, which any other business in the last meeting. In the last meeting, Mr. Fikar Freeman suggested that another staff, which is Mr. Lee, to be put in his place as he has been assigned by the company to head the Lang Tengah project. So I bet for this agenda is not any problem, right? So if that is the case, will someone volunteer to move the minutes of the last minute to be accepted?
I propose that we agree with this motion.
Okay, anyone second?
I agree with that.
Alright, so I hereby confirm the minutes of the last meeting. Alright, so let's move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the financial report on Project Alpha. And as you all know, our company is now running Project Alpha, and 3 teams of committee already went to the site for a research survey. So I wish to hear some financial report from you guys. Maybe we should start with Mr. Lee.
Okay. As I just came back from Pasir Gudang, Johor with my research team for a survey for the old warehouse in Pasir Gudang, and we just chose up about 100 ringgit in our food and beverage and about 1,000 ringgit for our transportation, and the survey almost cost us 200 ringgit, and our accommodation really costs us about 5,000 ringgit. And throughout this survey, we found out that actually the price for the 5,600 meters square is quite expensive in the Pasir Gudang, as it's quite near to Singapore. So there's a lot of investor or the others company that's planned to invest on this warehouse. So throughout our survey, actually we found out that the warehouse is cost about 400 millions, and it's already over our budget where it's listed as 250 millions. But actually we also found out that there's another two companies that can join force with us in order to invest on entertainment and education sectors, which is first is the Iskandar Malaysia in Johor Bahru, where it's already have the leisure farm and as well as the Legoland at Johor site. So they are very interested to join force or to invest in our Project Alpha. So I think that this 400 million is not a problem for us to buy down the place.
So, any question on him? Okay, so just now Mr. Lee has just mentioned his team already used 6,300 through the survey on their last week, I guess, last week. And they find out that in Pasir Gudang it's quite expensive to run the Project Alpha. It's because of foreign investors and other investors because it's near to Singapore. And they estimate around 400 millions needed if we run Project Alpha in Pasir Gudang. But Mr. Lee also stated that there is a company would like to join force with us if we run Project Alpha in Pasir Gudang, and which is the Iskandar Malaysia. So I guess not a big deal if we join force with Iskandar Malaysia. Okay, so I would like to hear another report from Mr. Benjamin. Go ahead.
Okay. Our research team have done research at Green Hilly Land in Bukit Kro, Terengganu from 1st November to 3rd November. Within these 3 days, we have spent up 1,500 ringgit for transportation, accommodation, and food and beverage. For our research, we found that we need to invest around 300 million if we run the project in Bukit Kro.
Okay.
May I interrupt? Because I'm not quite followed about your report just now. So would you like to repeat it again or rephrase it?
Okay, perhaps I should say it clearer by saying that what included in this 300 million. First, we use 200 million to buy the property, and 75 million is for refurbishment of infrastructure and build the shed or camping site and upgrade the pathway. And the rest, 25 million, we use it as 5 years operation cost. Thank you.
So is it ever clear?
Yes.
So just now Mr. Benjamin has stated that from his survey in Bukit Kro, his team already used around 1,500 through the survey and found out that 300 millions needed to run Project Alpha in Bukit Kro.
Yes.
And from 300 millions, I guess 200 millions will be buying the properties, 75 millions on refurbishment of the infrastructure, upgrade the pathway, and build our new chalet and playground. Is it?
Yes.
And another 25 million is expected to be the 5 years operation cost. Well, thank you, Mr. Benjamin. And how about the survey from the Bukit Belacan, Mrs. Julie?
Okay, basically our research team already went there to do some research, and it is cost about 5,000. It's quite expensive because it's including accommodation fee, food supply, and also transportation. And after a small discussion, we found out that we need another 10,000 to do some to run and finish up the project. But we have a problem with the budget. This amount we need to feed the people to cut down the tree for the construction, but it's too risky for that because there is have many wild animals. So we need to do it carefully, and we need an expert to do that. And also, the building material is quite expensive because we need to construct at the risky environment, risky area. So we need the enough budget for the construction. And the total cost for the construction is about 15,000. 15,000.
Okay, and I second with her motion, and I'd like to add on some replacement for this. Okay, because the fee for refurbishment and also the building material is quite high based on the material that we use, and we also need to upgrade and purchase like some facilities, like such as manual. Actually, like all this has cost a lot of money. And according to the estimation of us, we have estimated that for this project, it has taken about 5 years to set up everything. So it will be around 350 million. So actually, it's not enough for us to like run out all the project according to the treasurer, because based on the treasurer, we just have 200 million to run this whole project. So this is quite a problem for us to get on to the next step.
Alright. Does anyone has question on that?
No.
So just now, Miss Julie and Miss Fatin has stated that they already used 5,000 from on their survey, and they need another 10,000 for further research, I guess. And they say the budget has a problem because they estimate they need 350 million for a 5 year setup if we run Project Alpha in Bukit Belacan. And the budget is over budget because of Bukit Belacan, they need to cut down the tree and experts are needed. And they need to build a new infrastructure and high quality materials was used. And so the treasurer report only has 200 million and they are over budget for 150 million. So from the report of 3 teams, basically we are run out of funds on our project Alpha. So maybe I'd like to raise out a matter that what should we do to cover up our budget? Any suggestion?
Okay, I have a suggestion for that because actually I have received a call from Mr. Ahmad from HBA company beforehand with their report, and at the same time actually they have some interesting on this project too. So maybe we can have a collaboration with them so that we can like control our budget, like so that we have enough budget to run this project.
maybe we can also get some donation from another company, or we do some program to get to
Like to increase the profit of our company. So this is like one of the way that we suggest.
Actually, I think that we should just stick to the joining force with Iskandar Malaysia, as they shows very passionate towards our project, and actually we are sharing the same objective as theirs. So through joining force, actually we can targeting our investment in Johor Bahru, because Johor Bahru is quite a big city there. So if we are targeting on generation Y, generation X, and generation Alpha, actually there is the point there where actually we are targeting on the city's kids. So if we are planning on to invest or construct any project in the warehouse at Pasir Gudang, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, and I have some words that I want to add on. Actually, for these HDA companies, right, like they are agreed to add on 500 millions to run this report, like, as one of the collaboration with this report. So for me, I think this is such a great idea for collaborate with them. Yes.
How about Mr. Benjamin? What do you think?
I agree with Ms. Fatih, because I think our company need to cooperate with other companies if they are willing to invest.
Since that we can decide on which company that we are going to collaborate with, so I suggest that I propose a motion for us to investigate more or discussing more further with the related companies, or we decide it in the next meeting. So next.
I second the notion of Mr. Lee. Perhaps we need to make another meeting to discuss more further for this one.
Alright, you guys have a point there. So we decided that we will have a collaboration with other company on our Project Alpha, and maybe we'll discuss it further in the next meeting. Alright? Okay, if there's nothing else, maybe we move on to the next item on the agenda. The potential site of our Project Alpha. So, I want to hear from Mr. Lee about your site in Pasir Gudang.
So at Pasir Gudang here actually has a huge potential, as just now I just stated there. Actually, there's a huge city there. So if we are targeting on generation Y, generation X, and generation Alpha, that's the most suitable place for us to invest on. And besides, actually, our project can plan on construct a family-run dairy farm where the city kids are allowed to free entry, and the farms that can serve as a play farm for city kids. So the children can ride horse, gather chicken eggs, learn how to make the organic fertilizer, or getting close to the nature, or getting close to the wild animals. So this is really like in order for us to achieve our target, as our target is to invest on educational as well as entertainment. So I think that we can build a family-run dairy farm at Pasir Gudang, Johor.
Okay, so But for this potential site, I have another suggestion for that. Okay, because we just came back from the Bukit Belacan, and for our team, we think that for Bukit Belacan, it is also have a high potential for our Project Alpha. Because actually, like the place is suitable for to become a picnic area, hiking trail, and also playground. Because actually, like the place is like full of greeneries and all that stuff. Because actually, for generation Y, Z, and Alpha, like the generation nowadays, they will just stay in their room. They seldom contact with the mother of nature. So for me, I think that this place is very suitable because like we can let them to know the wonder of the nature. And also for this place, it also have the rare bird species there, such as blue-banded kingfishers. Because for me, I think this is like golden opportunity, like to expose like more knowledge about like, fish and also about birds. Because for me, I think this is very important because for this project, actually we are emphasized on the educational and entertainment needs. So for me, I think the things that I propose meets the objective of our company.
Okay, sorry for interrupting. I agree with Ms. Martin. This is because forest is a natural environment that we can attract many people because people nowadays is too busy with their work. So they also want some to fresh up their self. So they will tend to bring their family to come to the forest and have some traditional
Purpose. Okay, that's a good idea from Miss Judy. And I also want to add on some point for our proposal. So actually, like this place is near to Kuala Lumpur. Actually, Kuala Lumpur is the city of Malaysia, right? So actually, it is like very busy, hustle and bustle. So for me, I think that the people in Kuala Lumpur, like maybe they need a tranquil place for them, like to relax themselves. So for me, I think that this place is suitable.
So, how about Mr. Benjamin on the booty call in Penang?
For this one, I think this is not quite good for our company to invest in this project because the location is at Tunggangan. So there is less people to go over there. So I think if we invest in this project, it's not worth. But in contrast, I agree with Miss Martin's ideas. Because her location is located at Kuala Lumpur. So maybe we got a high chance to invest in there.
Alright. So, do you have any point to strengthen your proposal, Mr. Lee?
Actually, I'm strongly agree that we should stay investing in Pasir Gudang, as Pasir Gudang is quite near to Singapore, so it is a very attractive for the tourism or to attract more Singaporeans into our farms or into this project. And besides, Pasir Gudang is an industrial area, so there's a lot of others investor or others companies that may be very interesting to our project. Besides, as Pasir Gudang stay at Johor, and Iskandar Malaysia is one of the major investor in Johor Bahru. So I think that if we are running out of financial, or we are actually lacking the financial problems, or we are lacking the money for us to continue this project, actually Iskandar Malaysia is the best option for us to choose to join force with. So that I'm staying with my point that we should invest in Pasir Gudang Johor Bahru.
Okay, so I would like to strengthen our proposal again. First, actually, for me, in my opinion, I think that we can make an investment, not investment, advertisement to promote our project, and also we also can maybe collaborate with the Singapore government to post our advertisement as well. So for me, I think if we can promote well for our project, so I don't think this is a problem to attract Singaporean to travel in Malaysia and also the Bukit Belacan.
So what do you think, Mr. Benjamin?
So I agree with Miss Fatih. This is because to find an investor is not a problem. So I agree with her point.
Okay, and I also have a point to strengthen my proposal. Actually, for the HBA company, they are also quite interested on Bukit Belacan. And apart from the 500 million, and there's also a lot more value benefits we can share. So for me, I think that we should stay on the proposal of Bukit Belacan to conduct our Project Alpha.
I get your point, but actually, why not trying to accept the proposal or the investment in Johor Bahru, as actually the Pasir Gudang is a industrial area, so we have all the electrical supply, water supplies, and we are not even trying to chopping all the trees to create the pathway for us to construct some resort or anything that should be invest in Project Alpha if we are built in Hong. So why not we choosing a better or a more convenient place for us to invest on? So what's your idea?
Okay, in my point of view, because actually for the place that you suggest is the MTO warehouse in Pasir Gudang, right? Because for me, I think that place is still in industrial area. So let's come back to the objective of our company is for the educational and entertainment needs. So for me, I think actually for all this, we can learn this by keep in contact with environment as well. Because for me, I think that for the first benefit, we can refresh our mind, and all the rare fish such as blue banded kingfishers. Because for me, I think this is the opportunity for them to learn, and maybe that they will be high in curiosity because this is the first time they look at these species. Yeah, so for me, I think maybe we can use these to attract the tourists from in Malaysia, even though also in Singapore, and also worldwide.
Sorry for interrupting. I strongly agree with Ms. Fatin because we need another way to learn about the environment, about the fauna and flora in the Bukit Belacan. besides, we also can teach our children to love the nature habitat.
So for Mr. Benjamin, do you have any questions or anything you want to ask for our proposal?
No, first of all, I agree with you because for normally the people is like to expose to natural environment. So as a result, we can release our stress and tension and so on. So I think it's quite a good idea.
And also for me, I think that like the people that live in city actually like they are like every day they need to live under stress as well. So for me, I think they really need a suitable place for them, like in order to chill out themselves. So if we set the place in the warehouse in Pasir Gudang, for me, I don't think that this can meet the aims of our company.
I think that's a good idea, as I just realized that actually our headquarters is there at KL. So if we are trying to invest on Ambang or invest in this Bukit Belacan, actually we are expanding our, or like more towards like strengthen our force or strengthen our influence in KL first before we proceed to Johor Bahru. So I think that's a good idea if we are trying to investigate or try to invest in Bukit Belacan at Ambang.
Mr. Lee has the point. Since everybody has their own points on their proposal, so why not we have a vote on to choose our most potential site for our project Alpha?
Yes.
Sure.
Why not?
Okay, so for those who work for Bukit Kong, please raise our hand. Alright, so no work for Bukit Kong. How about in Pasir Gudang, a warehouse? Is there anybody work for it? Alright, it seems nobody support in the Pasir Gudang. So let's move on for the last place, Bukit Belacan in Ampang. Who suggests and agree then our project Alpha will be done in Bukit Belacan? Please raise our hand. Alright, so from this meeting we have agreed that we will invest our project Alpha in Bukit Belacan in Ampang. So maybe is there anything else to be discussed? I suggest maybe we need to form a new research team to Bukit Ampang and to have a more detailed research on it, because as Mr. Lee just now stated that Bukit Ampang is the heart of nature in Kuala Lumpur, I guess. So maybe I suggest that we send up a new research team to Bukit Ampang, and maybe a team to have a collaboration, to have a discussion with the HPA company, as just now Ms. Martin has stated that they have quite interest on our project, and they seems can provide around 500 million on this project. So maybe we set up a team to further research on this project Alpha, which will be invest and which will help in Bukit Belacan. So I need some volunteers. So everyone volunteers to be in a team.
Okay. can be one of the volunteer for this team.
Alright, very good. Anyone else?
So John,
I will follow up also.
How about Mr. Lee?
I think that I will try to explain it to the leisure farm and standard flag. So we have to reject it, or we have maybe in the future we maybe have another cooperation with them. So I have to settle down later on. So I can't join these missions.
Alright, you guys have a point there. So in this meeting, I propose that Ms. Fatin will be leading the new research team to have more research in detail in Bukit Belacan and have a discussion with HPA company. Is everybody agree with that?
Yes.
And Mr. Lee, maybe you should continue to proceed to have discussion with Iskandar Malaysia to send our apologies to them. And we are looking forward for the next collaboration with them.
Sure.
So, any issues to be raised up? Alright, so I think if there are no more objection, maybe I suggest that our meeting will be end here, and maybe we need to reschedule for our next meeting. So, any ideas for the next meeting?
Okay, sorry for interrupting. For me, I think that since we need to conduct a research again to the area, so I think that maybe we can conduct our meeting after 2 weeks, so that we can prepare a proposal which has much more detail for that.
So, is it 2 weeks enough for your research?
Or maybe I add 2 weeks again, so which means one month for us to settle up all the stuff.
How about others? Do you guys agree with her for the 1 month research?
Yes. I agree with her because 1 month is enough time to do the research.
Alright, so we proceed with your idea. So we make it the research for 1 month, and maybe a month later we will have our next meeting. So anyone suggest a date for next meeting?
I suggest that our next meeting will be held in 10th of February 2018.
Okay. Anyone against meeting?
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. Because actually at that time I have a project, another project to run through. So maybe I cannot join for this meeting as well. So I will let someone to replace my host to attend this meeting.
Alright. So if our next meeting was settled in 10 February 2018, does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Alright, so our next meeting will be, I guess, 2 months from now, in 10 February 2018. And the locations will be confirmed later. That's it then. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance. And now I declare the meetings to be end.